wasted a lot of time thinking about what it would be like if she did. Oh, good, you're all here. I've decided that if the three of you drop whatever it is you're working on and join me, we could lick cold fusion in less than a decade.
Hello.
Tops.
Uh,
Go away. Could it be me?
it's me.
You guys not twin a hot 15-year-old Asian girl with a finger smart guys.
No,
Howard, that's racist. Any 15-year-old girl.
you gotta be your always online as a human being. And you're being viewed every day online as a human being, 24 hours a day as another human being viewing another human being viewing another human being 24 hours a day online.
Appreciate this.
That's stressful.
Since we prospects for the Nobel Prize in Physics have disappeared, very much.
Hello, this is your disabled combat veteran, Raptor 911, Michael Commiso, and the antibodies online. Well,
It's like baseball.
I'm not sure exactly where my YouTube videos are leading me so far. But, you know, you ain't gotta admit, everybody pushed me and I got kicked in the face and bullied, called names, and I can still get back up and say, hey, I'm Michael Commiso, a disabled combat veteran. After 9/11, Michael Commiso and the battle parties online. And well, I
Really don't understand.
starting to read the dictionary.
Promised land.
As a human being on planet Earth, we came up with the dictionary in the world. So, the one thing I was like nervous when I didn't mind school because I felt like teachers and students liked me in school, but I still felt like a shy, quiet kid and had no clue of what the students and teacher was. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. When I was in school, I was like in Commiso world going to school. Today, I was like, I'm gonna get up in the morning and somehow make it to the bus or walk to school. Well, at one point, we moved to the high school, close to the high school. So when I went to high school, I didn't have. I could have took a bus, but I had to walk farther away to the bus route and just walk into the high school. So it was cool. I had a routine going to high school. I don't know. I guess when you write up a resume, I guess the business or company or whatever doesn't want to know your whole life story on the resume. You gotta shorten it and sweeten it out or something. So yeah, I could go back all the way to the beginning of all the schools I went all around here. But when I was in high school, uh, I got to walk to high school. So I had a routine. I was always on time with everything. I did everything earlier. So I was always, since I had a chance to walk to high school. I didn't have to get up so early to get to this school. So I packed my book bag, trust whatever clothes, whatever was around. And I don't even know if I had breakfast or not. Thanks to school cafeteria, I got to eat going school darn. So I timed myself. I timed myself going to school. I timed myself going to the classroom. I, I said, you know, man, and I'm a nervous, shy freshman going to high school, and I was just happy walking to school. Even during when I walked to school when it was snowing outside, and I was still happy. I was like, it's cool walking through the snow sometimes. It's cold, yeah, it's cold outside. Well, I got used to the cold. That's doing the routine going to school. So yeah, there were times the sidewalk was slippery and I almost fell down going to school. But I still kept going to school. I still walked even with my senior year. I, when I got my permit uh, to drive in Ewing, New Jersey, on the internet. I really did. Maybe I drove to school a few times my senior year, but I feel like I was just walk. This time I drove to school, I didn't have the car all the time. It was my mom. My mom gave me a car, but it was my mom's car, really, I guess. It's very smart, new, sexy. But I taught, this was my freshman year. I was like, I don't know if it was going to be in the classroom my freshman year. I don't know if I'm going to get the same students. You might, maybe a few. I felt like every school that I went to, a few of your friends from the other school somehow gets into the classroom with you. So when I was in Fisher School, I don't know, was that the middle school? I don't know. I don't know what school that was in. Oh, junior high? What is it? I don't know. What comes before high school? School? Well, you all know what I'm saying. You get few of the people that you knew in the other school, in the other classroom, in your classroom in high school. So I said, oh, I don't know you guys that well in the classroom after school. I only know you from school because I didn't go to all the parties. If there was freshman parties in high school, I didn't know any freshman parties in high school. So I just had a routine to get up in the morning. Somehow I got up. I was super tired. You know, I want to let the teachers and the schools know. Being on the wrestling team is one of the hardest sports to do on top of schoolwork. Just let, I know I'm 40 now, and you're probably like, who the heck is this guy? Probably all the teachers must have forgot about Commiso, because I always forget somehow. People forget about Commiso somehow. So they're like, who's this guy? He said, oh, no, his name is Commiso. It sounds familiar. But, you know, well, you get beat up on a wrestling match because everybody wants to beat you up because they want to win, or I, I'm not sure what's the intentions on the wrestling match. If I don't say the word right, just because that's how shy I was in school, I didn't get a chance to use the words in dictionary, and I had speech impediment, so didn't want to sound like an idiot and start a conversation in the classroom. So eventually, somehow, being a shy kid in the classroom, I said, this is going to work my first year if I'm just a quiet kid in the classroom and nobody can see me. But somehow the teacher talks to me in the classroom. So the students comes up to me and talks to me. I said, how the hell they find me in the classroom? I was doing good there. And everything. Like, well, I was shy and quiet, so I figured, well, maybe they don't see me because I'm shy and quiet. And so I don't have to say the complicated words in the conversation because I have a learning disability. Uh, Being on the wrestling team and having a learning disability, that's how hard it was to try to focus in school on top of you eventually, I guess, what you start out as a teenager, as in high school or something. So I had pimples. I didn't know what pimples were because I was focusing on pimples in the other school. I was just trying to pass the grade. I just said, let's focus and try to get A's or whatever B's so that everybody stopped talking to me. Because I'm shy and quiet and I don't know what to say. That's the guy I was in the classroom. But somehow I sit there, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, oh, I can't just stand there and stare at the other student and they think there's something wrong with me. So I say, oh, hey, it's me, Commiso. I don't know how long the conversation was to student, but I just felt like that, how nervous it is to be in high school. I was like a freshman and everything. So the cool, like, school's not all bad. The cool part is I like packing book bags. I like having pencils. It's cool to have a ruler. That I had the supplies in my book bag. I had a trapper keeper. I organized thing. I had notebooks, and then you had the school books in your book. So you pack your stuff up in a book bag and you know what to take home and not to take home, and then I don't know. You just have like some system with your book bag in school. So I was just cool having erasers. I'm collecting. I like collecting erasers. The erasers on the top you put on the things. I have, I would say, a decent collection compared to. Not sure what's everybody's issues back home as Americans, as I'm an American too. Because I got an American flag. I think if somebody tattoo American flag on their shoulder, I must be an American. That's how simple the world is. So, when I'm in school, I try to zone out on zoning out, try not to have too much a long conversation because I probably make a fool out of myself and saying something or whatever. And somehow, uh, I feel like everybody knows Commiso somehow. So, I don't know. I feel like, oh man, why the pressure of life on planet Earth? Huh? know, so, but when you go to high school, you get judged back in your book bag. So look at Commiso back in his book bag in the classroom. and or wherever the book. Oh yeah, the book bag's in the locker. You don't have to bring your book bag to the classroom. You just bring what you need. I guess they try to teach that in school.
Star Trek, the original.
But I don't know what happened. I forgot about that. I just felt like I had whatever they told me to bring to classroom somehow. So I made have brought my book bag with me. So I could carry everything to every class that I go to. So I don't have to keep going to the locker. But I think I had to keep going to the locker to the back. So I had to add that in my schedule, walking to school. Because I was having fun walking to school. And when somehow being a teenager, it seems like everybody in school has to try to drain your just walking happy to the school is. I don't mind going to a locker all the time. So I must have say, all right. I must have had a watch. I don't know where I knew where the time was. There must have been a clock in the classroom. I don't think I had a watch. I don't think I had a watch at school. I don't know. I don't know how I figure out how I got to the other classroom. That must have been. Oh, hey, it's time to go to the. Oh, they tell you. So I really wasn't even paying attention to the clock because it wasn't in my time of walking to school. My uh, my routine every day. So I walked to school and I got my book bag. I guess you got to hang it on one side to look cool and everything. And I thought, oh, that's a lot of effort to hold this book bag with all these damn books. So I must have put it on both of my shoulders. And I was like walking and wondering what's going on to school. You want because I really don't know. At that time, they had internet in the 90s, and I was going in high school in the 2000s in the beginning. So they have, so I don't know what the discussion was of me on the internet. Because really, I didn't really use the internet. The only time I really used the internet is when they told me to grade a term paper in school, and they said, yeah, type their paper, whatever you wrote about the thing, and I'm like, okay. So I wrote whatever. I don't even remember that too. I try to keep my routine so much to try to. Oh, how the hell they know I was at the classroom? And I don't even know I wrote the paper, but I did somehow. And I guess I collected. I went to the library. There's a library in Young Township. I felt like I did that when I was in school somehow. Oh, I rode a bicycle. When I was a kid, I had a bicycle. I know what a bicycle is. So I probably rode my bicycle everywhere. Probably to the library or something. Oh, the time I used the car was when, see, when your senior year, they give you a class. It's the business class. So I said, oh, this is gives me way more time in my routine. My senior year, you get a half, you leave half a day, 12 o'clock, to go to your job in high school. That was the business. That was the deal of the classrooms. And then you have to show the statements to the teachers saying you proved that you was working. So I don't even remember doing that too. So I don't somehow I pushed everything in that book bag and don't remember and just zone out. And then I was really zoned out on the wrestling mat. Sometimes I didn't even realize how the hell did I get on this wrestling mat today in school. I felt like I was still at the locker, and you got to put on your wrestling uniform, and I was like, why am I putting on this wrestling uniform today? And realized only time must have realized I was on the mat when I was on the wrestling mat. And somebody was trying to pin me on the mat. So I was trying to keep the routine to walk because I had all that time just to walk to the school. So I was always the kid. They didn't even open the door to the school yet. And I'm just saying, I get into my locker and I don't have to rush. And then I'm like the first kid in the classroom. Sitting there like, where is everybody in the classroom? Even the teacher's not here. They're messing up my happiness to walk to school so I can get to the cafeteria and eat some food. I'm hungry. I don't even remember eating breakfast today. But somehow I got into this classroom.
Actually, I don't. I could use the single cat.
Yeah, I think the only time I ate was going to the cafeteria in high school. Say in the beginning, your parents is on time. You get this little bag, you get a peanut butter jelly sandwich, and something to drink. When you're a little, oh, you're so cute. Going to school as your parents think of you as a child, as a son and a daughter. But when you go in high school, it's like you have to rely on everything to try to figure out how to get food. So the only way Commiso figured out how to get the food was the cafeteria. You know, they said, you start working, they say use your money to the cafeteria and buy your own food. I felt like I went to McDonald's or something. But I relied it on the cafeteria. Been in the military. They all, I still got even, I bet everybody went all to different types of restaurants, spending money. That's my battle buddy. Well, somehow I still use the cafeteria, the defect, and the military. I got my battle buddy. One of my battle buddies got me to eat uh, bacon, egg, and cheese omelet. So that was the only thing I got every day was bacon, egg, and cheese omelet and whatever came with it. And I was like, even when I had a hangover that weekend as a soldier, I still got up somehow and followed my battle buddies and got breakfast. That's all. I don't know how
Stable isotope.
my routine got me in the military for school. I'm trying to figure that one out.
It's between two
So, but
fluctuation.
I guess I'm trying to say as a wrestler, the pressure as the teacher saying, try to get a good grade can be so and give, whatever. I don't even remember. I, if I try really hard, I remember some of the lessons that the teachers taught me as a first. They say when you get older, your mind pretty much common sense gets older too. So apologize if I can't remember every time I spent living on this planet as an American. As I'm 40 now and we're trying to figure out how the hell I was a happy teenager with people going in the military. And I was like, even happy graduating. I was upset till it went basic. I don't know if my battle buddies in basic training saw that I was upset that I was in basic training too. And somehow how that got in my routine in my life. But it did. So I'm just saying, I was the pressure. My coach wants me to win. My teammates wants me to win. I don't know who else wants me to win. Probably the school. Maybe the principal was saying, good job. I never met the principal in high school. I really never met any principals. I wasn't a troublemaker in school. So I really never met any principals in every school I went to. Only the teachers that was around me or taught me and whatever students who was around me.
If you can answer correctly.
I may have saw the principal. Everybody is, hey, that's the principal. Commiso baby told me. I was, oh, I never met him. That was not my. I said, just get a good grade, and the teachers would leave you alone. I feel like, I don't know. Maybe people like me that I was on the wrestling team. But I realized, how the heck, I don't even think maybe you all figured out that I was on the wrestling team, even with trainers. I don't know how advanced y'all think the internet is, because the internet is still the internet, I believe, from when the internet started. But we're all just new technology, and now everybody uses the internet. Everybody's making videos of themselves, because it is kind of neat. If you all make it to the movies or the TV shows or not, you're on YouTube and it's cool to watch yourself on TV and say, hey, I didn't even rehearse. I don't even know what I'm doing. That's not even routine. So yeah, I miss going to school. I made it, people made it picked on me. I may not been the coolest kid in school, or I don't even know that's how shy and quiet was. I didn't even know I was in school. I was a wrestler, but I don't even think I was called a jock. I was a wrestler, and I don't even think I was called a jock either. Because it wasn't part of my routine and trying to figure out what everybody was thinking about me in school. And it was just cool enough whoever came up to talk to me. And I'm like, I have to say words today in class. Can't the teacher just take my homework? And, and the teacher understands that I understand the classroom and I could go. So when I took the business class this senior year, I was free. I I was making money, but I didn't really do anything. Even my senior year, I just felt like I guess I miss walking to school. It's cool that I got to drive, and my mom taught me how to drive. My dad taught me how to drive. Then they gave me the teaching tank class driving school, and I'm not sure if grandma tried to teach me. I forgot about that one. But I really picked up driving pretty fast as I'm pushing the gas on pedal. And I'm like, whee! I scared my mom. My mom was trying to teach me how to drive. And she was teaching me how to drive in the back roads so there's no cars on the road. And I said, I just remember what the teacher, whatever, checked the windows and all that, put the seatbelt on and all that. Well, I just put on the gas. And I was happy. And I was like, my mom said, all right, now turn around, turn to this corner here. I said, okay. And she was like, well, she looked at me and said, what the hell are you going so fast around the corner for? I said, I don't know. So I got around the corner though, and then somehow, and somehow drove to work as a teenager with pimples that has no experience of working or business or you know what I mean, like whatever they say in American movies, how high school students feel in the American movie, and you're trying to watch the American movie, trying to figure out what kind of character or what person you are in the movie. Maybe not a lot of people do that. That's the reason why I was the shy, quiet kid in school. You all don't have time to think all about that. So I'm starting to read the dictionary, and I was like, well, I don't know how many classes I took in the schools, but I don't think I don't think a teacher can teach every word in the dictionary or how many words they are. So I wrote down some. I think the reason why I got good grades is because I took good notes. Yeah, maybe I didn't understand right away what the teacher was talking about, but once I took good notes and read back, and I said, "Oh, maybe that's what the teacher was talking about in my notes." Because you're zoned out in your routine, and maybe I was looking at the clock. Maybe I wasn't. I don't know. But I said, you know what? Be a cool thing if I pick out dictionary words and read them, and try to understand more about the words, if that's how deep knowledge is. But hey, I'm not sure why, if you can see what I wrote down, but I wrote down humanity, all human beings. If humanity means a well-being of human beings. I feel like that's what it doesn't say that in the dictionary. I think humanity is the well-being of the human race on planet Earth. That means our home as a planet, as humanity, should be safe as our planet of humanity, as to walking down the street and people, somehow humans figure out how to cross the street by now on planet Earth. I think that's part of our humanity. Are we picking up information as we should as human beings on the internet? I'm not sure. Everybody swooned in and decided to invade my privacy as a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. So I'm not sure if I'm explaining humanity right, but feels like I'm close. That means because I don't know. Uh, I felt like I had good teachers. I was in special education classes and speech impediment, but I felt like every teacher, I had some kind of connection to the teacher. I served my country. I must have had really cool teachers to because I served my country after 9/11. And you can all try to work around that. Whatever you all try to. I'm back in high school. I apologize. Yeah, I miss school. But there was times where I felt like, I felt like I could feel people before you all came up and walked to me because I was a shy, quiet kid. So sometimes I got nervous when some people was talking to me because I didn't know who the hell they were. Because I was just a shy, quiet kid in the classroom, and after school, only time I really met, I hang with few of my best friends at school in high school. But the only time I known anybody was from the classroom. But after school, I was just waiting for summer and trying to enjoy hanging with my family in the summer because my mom and dad are really good parents. And I feel like my mom and dad raised me to be a good guy as my brother is a good guy too. I feel like the Commisos and the McHughes, my family is a pretty cool family to be in. That's how I feel. But being in school where you all discover words or something or what people, I don't know if it's a conversation you have with each other or you just discover a word in a dictionary or how the society is working. Community. I will feel like the internet is a type of community, and living on the internet as a human being, as a community by now, shouldn't be that hard to live on the internet as a community on the internet. That's what I got from what the teachers taught me. I apologize if I can't remember everything. Eventually, things pop in my memory, but I think a good start is to read a dictionary. Because, yeah, you forget things. So I, I can't spell for shit. I was on a spelling day class, and I just tried to remember whatever word I had to remember to spell that day, or whatever test, week, or whatever. I just trying to remember the letters that was in the word. And so whenever they say spell out this word, I just try to remember. I just write it really quick so I won't forget the letters. So I hurry up to the classroom and say, I got great, so I won't forget whatever letters that was in the word. Because English was my tough subject. Because I felt like I got what the teacher was saying, but I can't write. They want me to write out shit. And I'm like, I got speech impediment. I'm lucky I got this. Because you have to pronounce the words. And I don't feel like I have to study the words to try to pronounce the word. Because you don't really say all, uh, unless you're like reading a dictionary every day and that's the only book you read. You don't really use all you could try. I could try to use all the words in the dictionary if that's what, if as a responsible disabled combat veteran back home, if that's what the type of life you want me to do is read dictionary words to you. To try to, if I thought maybe I got the word wrong. I don't know. But humanity, I don't figure everybody will like that word, humanity. What? That means you'll have to be good to each other, or we destroy our planet. I somehow get along with. Well, I was a shy, quiet kid. Maybe sometimes I felt awkward with few people, and I felt like I don't know, because I don't want to try to. I think because of the internet nowadays, everybody's always using the internet trying to figure out what you're thinking. What's your next move as to driving down the street? So people as a humanity, a community online, that we live inside our minds as a human being on the internet as people 24 hours a day. And that's I sometimes, I like when I was in school and I got a good grade and I felt like, oh, I, I- I'm not capable of having good grades because I have a learning disability, but still get A's and B's. That I was happy that I got A's and B's in school. Then when I graduated, I said, what now? You ever saw that movie in the art? I didn't watch. I'm not really. I'm not a horror movie person. I think you see one horror movie, then that's it. That's good enough. Because they all end up the same way, and you really don't learn anything. That you just somebody's being mean to each other in the movie. So I ever saw the movie Into the Army. So I felt like that one. What's next after high school? And what's the words? I guess I have to keep reading dictionary words because I can't. think of the word to say where maybe how much connection do we need as it? We already know there were human beings before the internet. And somehow human beings got along before the internet.
It would be worse than you
And you didn't have to know. As friends, you didn't have to know all the information about somebody and just somehow become friends before the internet. All around the world. But now we're living in a like, I really want to live inside my mind when I go on the internet, and I don't want to. I feel like I have good ideas, and I could have started a company by now where
2 in the morning.
it should be easy to live in the United States of America because being an American is a good thing to do, to be.
Because I want to go
And
myself on getting a time machine.
I guess
If you would have interested
sometime, I don't know.
the president got that,
Oh,
you would still.
I want to break free. And I went into the army. So there was more. I still had more classes to go to after high school in the military. Yeah, everybody said, "Oh, you're just in the military. You don't know anything because you was in the military." No, they got classes. So somehow, this time I felt like I did have a watch in the military. I forgot which one. And I'm like, as long as I get there early, I won't piss off the drill sergeant. That's the thing in the military.
Those things.
As long as I get there early, I won't piss off the drill sergeant. I won't piss off the other battle buddies because I'm already there unless they want me to be there late. And I apologize to my battle buddies if you wanted me to be late in the formation. No, I figure if I just be there early, everybody be happy. Or I be. I have my routine. So, but they all like, so I don't know how I made basic training. I'm trying to still figure that one out. But it feels good. I graduated from basic training from a shy, quiet kid, and couldn't understand why the drill sergeant was. I wasn't mean to the drill sergeant, and I couldn't understand why they were yelling at me. And I'm 40, and I understand why they was yelling at me. But I was like, maybe we can be friends one day. But I don't know. I felt like as long as I shoot the good down the range and those drills, I felt like if I do everything good in the military, they won't know that I'm in the military. Like I was in the classroom, but somehow they knew Commiso in the military. They somehow knew that Commiso went to war somehow as my battle buddy. And I was just like, I guess
What about your toys?
I can't say that word.
Toys.
Humiliated. I'm eliminated. It says to make someone look or feel foolish or embarrassed. So that's just me making YouTube videos is a step for me as a shy, quiet kid. And I'm just like, I want to be all I want to be in America. And you guys sit there and find ways where I can do feel like I'm not a responsible, disabled combat veteran or not. Because somehow in my schedule, well, to go walk into school, I jumped on a plane and flew all around the world and tried to figure out how I got to Germany, where we landed. I understand that we got planes and the flies, but we landed and I was like, wow, I'm in Germany. Wow, I've never been to Germany before as Commiso. Wow, what's going on in Germany? As when I was serving my country, they put me on this bus. I felt like there was a bus where I needed to go, and that's how somehow I got to my first. I somehow got to my first duty station as Commiso. Because I'm in my own. I'm like Commiso. I'm in that narrator in my mind. How to walk to the classroom. You know that Christmas movie. You take one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. That was the song pretty much was playing around Christmas time. I was happy to go to Grandma's house. And my parents are happy, my brother's happy, everybody's happy Christmas time. And I guess that was the song that got me to school on Christmas. I said, get this class done today. Then it's gonna be Christmas Day. Now, I felt, even when I was like 18 or 17 or whatever year, I was still living with my parents, got probably 19 a little bit, going to, I went right to sleep.
$600.
I didn't, I still believe in Santa Claus. I didn't go and try to figure out whatever Christmas gift. It felt like Christmas because you had Christmas lights all around. You can smell the snow. It's cold. You got snow all over the trees. And it feels like a Christmas is here. And when you woke up and you turn that corner and see all the Christmas gifts under the tree, I was like, wow, everybody's going to be happy today on Christmas Day. And I was like, yeah. I didn't even mind taking the trash out. I just like, oh. And so we sat around the tree and I opened my Christmas gift slow. You could take it as it was. I didn't want Christmas to end. I got done on the wrestling. I have a wrestling meet. The big screw at wrestling still goes on after the holidays. And I had to go back on the wrestling mat and I was tired. So at Christmas and the holiday and summertime with my family, I think that's why I had to get back to my family from the military to see if my family was okay. Because my family's not that bad. Maybe my grandma, my grandmom told me that my dad is in La La Land and there's something with BB. And that's what my grandma called my mom. And my grandpa said my parents are retarded. And they somehow made me and my brother. So that's if Grandpa was around, Grandma, I would have said, the accomplishments that I made from my parents, that's pretty damn good if they said my parents are retarded in La La Land, and they would probably laugh. I know how to make my grandpa laugh and grandma laugh. I felt like there were times I made Priscilla laugh as my lamb. I just, I don't know the uh, professional words you use in comedy. I don't know every word in I'm trying to figure out the words. Humanity could have been in one of the words in my spelling bee at one point in time. But humanity, to make somebody feel bad that they're using in the public school or public classroom or to make someone look or feel foolish or embarrassed. And I felt like you was trying to do that around here as a disabled combat veteran.
You agree?
You want me? Uh, I'm not sure why. I feel like People make that one person in classroom look foolish, so they won't look foolish themselves in the classroom. But I was a shy, quiet kid that wanted to go to great-great-grandmom's house with my grandmom and my mom and my dad and to the beach. So I was getting A's and B's to try to finish that day or get over the class or to go to, Christmas, the beach. Well, I didn't do much after school. I was only them pretty much them really things. In the beginning with kids, me and my brother, we skate around the house with rollerblades and rode bicycle with friends that was around the neighborhood. But really, it was the school, wrestling. Felt like there was food in there. I going to wrestling in school. And then my vacation. That's the reason why I like the military. I was in vacation from everybody. I was used to getting up in the morning. I was used to getting up in the morning in school. But it was the part of just traveling the world. If you have a chance, just to travel the world, it's a really cool thing to do. As to back in the day, traveling wasn't so easy as people on planet Earth because we didn't have all these damn planes and we didn't have the technology. So you had Christopher Columbus discovered America with a ship and didn't have that many traveling. So it's like an adventure, for Christopher Columbus to discover America. That's like why it was an adventure for him. Because he just wanted to find out ways he could trade with other lands. Well, then had country in the dictionary back in the day. But I guess they had lands where they trade foods and spices and gold or silver, and Christopher Columbus wanted to discover more land so he could do that. And he ran into America. And he survived that. With a ship that wasn't even had I don't know, did they have an engine on the ship? I don't know. So, to be somebody to make you look bad, I can't say the word. I can say it in my mind. My mind, or even maybe my lips don't work as fast as my mind. So maybe that's speech impediment. And then there's, I guess it's humdrum. Humdrum. I forgot to put the E. Life is dull and filled with routine events. Life is dull and filled with routine events. Humdrum. I found that word in it. It's a funny word, humdrum. I never heard this word before. Life is dull and maybe, I don't know. If I had to spell, if I had to go to a spelling bee right now, I'd probably fail. Humdrum. So, life is dull and filled with routine events. So, as your disabled cop veteran, they're the only words I wanted to read. I was going to look up more words. But I feel like in the world, you all set each other up to fail on the internet. I better get what I have to say fast on my YouTube channel for you all to decided to try to scam your life away, or you're not cool enough or good enough or beat you up or not tough enough, or if that's all people are focusing on, and I can understand why the world is. But if people on the internet focus on their goals and dreams, I don't understand the conflict of why there's so much hate in the world. I don't even think it's that much hate in the world. I think it's down that one street. You all just decide to come up with a reason why to fight on that one street in the world.
So anyway, we're 8 years old.
So they're the three words apparently I picked. I just opened up halfway through the dictionary and then I just start scanning the dictionary. And I felt like they're the words I shouldn't read because humanity, right? Humanity. I didn't have time. That's how my routine, maybe. I didn't have time to figure out how to say the words because I was a shy, quiet kid. So humanity is one of the words I don't use every day as a human being on planet Earth. So maybe a lot of people just figure out what humanity was today. That's okay. And humanity is something that's a concern that I guess to everybody in the whole planet. We want our planet to live, right? I don't think that's the question. I highly doubt the government and the higher power up in the world or whatever's going on. You're questioning if we should keep the planet safe. I think that should be the number one. It's our home, right? So keep the streets safe. So that should be already there, right? I don't know. Who has it? There have been human beings living on streets in the world a long time. So I'm not really a politics or I don't have nothing against the government, kind of, because like the VA been helping me, and you know, I guess eventually the government has to accept you as an American. Oh, what's all that all about? But sometimes, well, I want to live in a world where I can watch cartoons every day and funny movies. That's the world I want to live. Well, here and there I watch like debates and they're having a discussion on something they discussed the last year. Or whatever. I'm sitting there. I thought, well, if there's how many presidents that went through the each president must have had fixed something to the system by now. And so I don't even know what I'm doing too sometimes making YouTube videos, but I feel like I have to make YouTube videos to keep the peace on Commiso. You guys hack me and scam me, touch me, and talk behind me, back and call me, and then I don't like you. And I want to go back to the cartoons and I want to know how to draw all the cool cartoons that I watched when I was a kid. And I know I could draw. So sometimes when you watch the debates, is how come they keep answering the same questions every time some other president comes in and they head directly to the taxes. I figured taxes in America was fixed since the first president. Well, I will figure. Like, well, I feel like people forgot what that means because I have a speech at them and it really kids humanity. We want to be all happy. So if they're talking about taxes again and you wonder why, well, if I have to pay taxes, our taxes should mean something. The safety, the law is out to protect you as an American. That's why we have law in America. We pay taxes so the law protects you. And everybody safe and stays alive on the streets of America. As man, we got firemen. Whoever thought, hey, don't sit around and let your house burn down and your friends and family too. You got the fire department. And that's another thing. And it's like a good being American, well, it should. Being American should be like, I have good customer service by just using the internet as an American. As I have customer service to protect me on the streets of America. And then that discussion should be over. We shouldn't be still questioning if the law is protecting us. It should be just be there. And then when the simplest problems in the world be solved, to where what's the major problem in the world, to where what the heck is everybody fighting about? It don't even make any sense to me. So education,
Okay.
you know, sometimes I feel like
We'd be a lot further.
I understand. I'm a veteran
That's great. What I'm saying.
and I don't know how to show my emotions, and I feel sometimes people use that against me
You have to do
because
something about
I want to.
why.
I'm a nice person, so I don't mind having a. Eventually, I
Let's be sure to use
added that in my routine that somebody's gonna talk to me in classroom today, and it'd be cool with it.
with your father gone. It is your responsibility to
And
make
I may not remember every conversation we had as students as to my battle buddies conversations. Yeah, I'm a
responsibility going.
veteran. I didn't even understand what the heck we were fighting about in the desert. Because I don't understand
Why did I? You
if we all want the same thing as our streets being safe in the world and having knowing that your family is safe in your house and homes and every single goddamn building that's around or what even safe outside is outside in America. Outside should be safe all around the world, on the streets all around the world. It's planet Earth. If you ever want to travel to planet Earth, these are the things you have to watch. These are called human beings. They don't know they're human beings too, apparently themselves. I don't know what to say to the aliens from outer space, because you take that the wrong way. That's holy crap. They try to make you look bad that you talk about aliens, but nowadays everybody knows what the aliens are from outer space. And I apologize if I gave out too much information. As an American veteran, as
I'm happy.
they try to teach you things in the military. But there's nothing classified on the internet. Well, I hope the law and the government and whoever invented the internet, it seems like there's no secrets on the internet as to. I still don't understand the conflict of trying to keep the internet safe as our taxes should be already fixed and we have better things to ask the president. And maybe the president be happy to go to answer the question. As to like why the hell I would keep asking the same question, and I guess that's the reason why humdrum. I'm humdrum as a disabled combat veteran back home. I'm not sure if that's how you use it, but it says life is dull. I'm humdrum because the events back home. I don't understand the events back home. I thought my family, we living all close, and I go to every cookout, every family, and I get to know the family member. But no, my grandma died, my grandpa died. My landlord. I grew up with my landlord when I was a kid in Trenton. That moved to Ewing Township. So I got to know the landlord, and the landlord was always nice to me as a child. And even when I was a teenager, I didn't have much conversation with the landlord. But she was happy that I paid the rent on time, and I gave her Christmas gifts every year. So I had a routine again. I don't want my routine to be
Truthfully, I've never given it anything.
humdrum
It's been pointed out to me.
in my life as I miss traveling in the world and had I felt that adventure, seeing something new in life. I think that's what students
What do you
lose going to school after school after school. Oh, you miss that adventure going to school
Smarter and less
because you all can act like nobody wants to learn anything, but
2.0?
you all seem that's all people do is try to learn something on the internet. So it's cool that, you know, I may have a learning disability. I may doubt myself as to why people doubt their American heroes back home like that so fast. Sucks.
Cool.
But
Chris.
I'm a Commiso and served my country. I'm an American hero. By traveling around the world and keeping that goofy personality and trying to keep everybody happy around me at the clubs on every country. And I got to know cool battle buddies all around the world.
Do you want to start acting like a
Every battle buddy that hang with Commiso in the barracks, we all had
you and I?
cool places that we went to chill and just smiling with each other and the battle buddies and all.
You don't need eggs. You place the acquired experience.
So that's the reason why I think I make my YouTube videos. I'm like, hey, everybody, everybody's talking too much 24 hours a day. Everybody shut up. Nobody, even when people talk to each, like, writing all the time, using it, talking to each other 24 hours a day, people somehow still don't know anything about each other, even with the internet. Because all the time of talking about something, everybody's always talking about something, about something, about something, about something, and about something. That's why this is my man cave. This is where I want to be. This is where I think I can be free and try to draw it. And as the pressure make me nervous of how hard is it to buy the rules or the laws of America as an American hero back home. As I feel like I always did try to do the right things my whole life. As to, and maybe it was uncool that I got along with the teachers. I just say, okay, I try to learn what your teacher may teacher, or whatever the teacher's name. I don't even think I talk to the teachers that much. Maybe here and there too. Because I was like, I didn't want to be humiliated. Whoever invented more words of the basic words of me speaking sucks. Because now I gotta figure out how to pronounce it. To make your veterans back home look or feel foolish or embarrassed. It's not cool to do to your American heroes on public television or the internet. That's too. It's not cool to put down your president on television and the internet. There's a difference between having discussions on topics than just bullying each other and acting like, oh, you know how to make it look bad because we're the whatever haters in the world. I mean, I didn't go to a lot of parties. I partied a lot with my battle buddies, and
Not really.
even when I didn't party that much in America, because I travel, I understand how to party with my battle buddies. So I don't think putting a party together is that hard, complicated in America. And I feel like, man, you forgot about Commiso again. So I'm not much of a conversational person, but these are the things I may have to talk about in a conversation of what I was saying on my YouTube video. But honest right now, I think the number one thing was going to grandma's house for Christmas, going to grandma's house for Thanksgiving. You know, you could go to great grandma's house in the summer. And I guess there's only one great grandma. It's not great grandma. But it sounds cool to saying great. And if I had to write a book, grandma always took us to great grandma's house. And to Long Beach Island. I think I was happy when I was on vacation all the time. Because, the experience to fly around the world is pretty cool and make it to the other side. I feel like everybody that travels hopefully wants to always make it to the other side. Then you pay off your hotel that you stayed at, you paid off the vacation to get in there, and you have pocket money, and you enjoy the land around you. As to, man, not every street looks the same around the world. And that's art. If I had to draw a background to my character or to a cartoon, maybe I draw something old as Rome streets. And Bugs Bunny is hopping down the streets of Rome trying to find his friend, Italian Bugs Bunny friend for Bugs Bunny. Uh, yeah, whatever this Roni Bunny. And they're just hopping around together, having some Italian pizza when the hunter comes and trying to find where's the rabbit. But Donald Duck comes in and Roger Rabbit and Donald Duck works together to run away from the hunter and roam. And that be the illustration of the cat. I probably could draw, figure out how to draw. I know I could draw Roger Rabbit. You know, I don't know if it's the growing and experience. The more you experience, do you lose your adventure as a person? Seeing everything, knowing everything. I don't think the teachers can teach all the words from the dictionary. They could try, but that's a lot of words. So I appreciate the teachers that taught me to stand up for myself as an American citizen and say it's not cool to call me a name and bully me and make fun of me. As to, I'm still your disabled combat veteran online, and apparently, as a even being a veteran, I'm still representing my country and flag as I was as an American soldier. So, no, as what's on the internet, my YouTube videos are not that bad. As to, I try to put a type of adventure on my YouTube as my background, so you can try to figure out Commiso back home. So I don't know how much laws there are, and how much laws you need
Special French toast
as Americans, where we understand. I feel like we know what it means to be neighbors and help each other out as Americans by help. Oh, the complication
Party like
or
when I came home from my cello.
the conclusion of people
When I
doesn't make any sense to me.
during it, it smelled German.
Seems like everybody said, "Oh, except the negative in the world.
It's not my grandfather.
We all die in the end." Bullshit.
It's terrible.
No, I highly doubt. I was born and nobody knows Commiso on the internet by now back home. You know, it'd be cool to party, you know. Then you don't have to be worried about me making YouTube videos. I want to enjoy a beer at the bar with my family and my brother, or a club, or a party. I want to have discussions on where the hell are you? That's Commiso back home is my family.
Every top restaurant in town was a cat.
And I try to move on, and I want to have a good time at a party. You must have somehow, you all had your adventures back home, and I still try to remember the good times I had when I was serving the United States of America. And my battle buddy. And I still think my battle buddies should still try to figure out Commisos too. So if my battle buddies accept me and still try to figure me out, then I figure everybody can try to lighten up and chill out with Commiso back home while I'm trying to figure out what type of art to draw. Yeah, back in the day, you know, ideas just, I had imagination in this. See, back in the day, you had imagination in this. Now, as an adult, we don't even have an image. We don't have any. Can't even get to imagination as an adult. We can't even get to image. I think we see things and take things the wrong way so fast as how much people scam you on the internet and lie about everything. So I do feel like I'm an honest person. Maybe there's a reason why I make money. I live in the world where I moved from Trenton to Ewing, and everybody somehow always got to prove they're tough in the school. And I was on the wrestling team. So sometimes I feel people try to make me look like a punk on the wrestling mat, and I'm not. Yeah, I'm tired too. You know, there were times where I was super tired on the wrestling mat, I was always thinking all the time, you know. I didn't have a lot of girlfriends in my lifetime. I'm 40. I don't know how many girlfriends you're supposed to have as a human being, but if you do the math, and I'm supposed to be from New Jersey, and that your math is off, because I really feel like they were my friends. They're my girlfriend, so technically I don't know how many. I don't think I had any kind of girlfriend. And they were my friends. So how many girlfriends do you think I had? If I said that. So I don't know, you know, I'm in the friends, I must be in the friend zone as your hometown hero, disabled combat veteran, as you're all trying to prevent me to make Orion's belt around the kitty cat. And I don't know if you're ever going to accept me back on the Commiso.
Like that.
No, we lose the desire to stare at the stars anymore as we grow up. When I was a kid, sometimes I walk and stare at the stars and somehow make it to the classroom. I count the blocks when I was in high school. I was so happy just walking. I had so much time, and I counted the squares on the sidewalk and the concrete to the next or whatever stones or whatever the heck it is. And that was the enjoyment of that day in the club. I enjoy, the science class that we shot when I was in Fisher School. This I had a science teacher, and I guess I understand teachers. They're just trying to teach you. They showed you how a rocket shoots in outer space. I said, wow. I felt like I was the only student that actually looked up and see where the rocket was going. That was fun that day. I said, man, that's cool how the rocket just shoots up in the outer space. And I actually followed the rocket. Wow. And I felt like I was the only one that was staring at the rocket. And everybody, I look back down, and everybody's around like, having their discussions and, what students do in the classroom. And I'm like, wow.
So, listen.
And everybody's like, Commiso, you never saw a rocket shooting out of space? No, because my mom's in charge of the TV, and we basically have only basic cable. We didn't have all this internet technology. I felt like the only time I watched TV was Married with Children or Family Matters, Step by Step, or whenever I took the day off from school and watched TV. And watched Family Matters, Step my own end. So all this movie streaming it, I can't keep up. It's like you have to. We live in the world where we have to watch TV all the time, and now you gotta have to make a YouTube video so because anytime you got to, and that's the way we live in. And I don't even know what y'all talking about because I was the kid in school trying to figure out what the teacher was talking about so I could get a good grade and move on. Because I was the kid that was looking at the rock. I forgot the science teacher's name in Fisher. I felt like that was one. Now, I had other cool science teachers. Well, I felt like that was like one of the coolest science teachers. So that shot the rocket. And I was like, what? No, I understand what he was talking about. I felt like I understand what everything. I guess like you have to understand. I guess that's why school works. They made a system. You either get an A or not, or a B or an F. Then we can figure out if you knew the answer or not. But if they didn't have that system, the teacher would have figured if I had an A or a B on the grade school. And then, just I guess when you write something, the teacher has to feel your paper. But I feel like, well, I put some words in there to make the teacher feel my paper. Because when you say, oh, when you become a writer, you have to make your readers, follow, feel your writing. And I'm just sitting there looking at the rocket going up and down into the sky. And they want me to come back and try and explain what happened to the rocket. And I was like still outside. We may be all back in the classroom, but I was still outside saying why. Wow. And that's why an event. If any of you guys wants to take an adventure with me, I need a vacation to travel the world. I want to travel the world. I'm a good photographer. I feel like I could take really cool pictures of a lot of things around the world because I'm an artist. I even had cool art teachers in school. There was a cool art teachers in high school. And I don't know if the same art teachers they it seems like art teachers all look the same. The math teachers all look how you know when you see a math teacher, you know when you see the art teacher, and even the gym teacher, as an English teacher, they all look the same. If you get a math teacher, if you want to tell, I guess, teach relativity, you get a math teacher from America and a math teacher from Europe or whatever, and see if they look alike and how they journey to be a math teacher. And say, wow, these teachers grew up in different places and but decided to become a math teacher, and then now they all look alike. And I'm like, well, maybe that's not what people talk at parties, and that's why people can't understand Commiso. They were like, what the hell are you talking about? This is a party, Commiso. But then I'm like, you tell your veterans to lighten up and calm down and stressed out and all that. But I feel like you're all more stressed out than me at the party as at this say, well, combat. Yeah, I'm the one with combat PTSD, anxiety, depression, and all this stuff. And everybody seems like they all have a nervous breakdown. And I'm still trying to figure out what meaning of being an American veteran back home.
In that case, fill this out, have a seat.
So yeah, I believe my achievements and accomplishments felt like I was at least trying to go for my goals and dream in America. Gotta give me that. It says pursuit of happiness. But I'm trying to. And it's America.
Benjamin Franklin and his 5 twin brothers for whiskey.
So I don't know what kind of type of up or credit you give out to these streets in the world, but I really don't care. Compared to what I went through, and I have internet too, as can be so. And I'm like trying to figure out the internet too, where it seems like the only reason why there's negative online is you allow that negative to happen. And I'm like, what's this word? Like, humanity. Our humanity as a species won't be so great if all we do is bully each other and call each other's names and find a reason to hate on each other. Even when we're discovering that there's humans around the world as humans, I don't even think that was much hate back in the day. So now it seems you're all trying to come up with a reason to screw me over. And I'm like, want to go into my man cave and then absorb the Commiso world as I step out to the door into the wilderness and the wilderness as a human being. And we all live in homes. Oh, was it more simpler to know that you're a caveman and a dinosaur is going to step on me and that's my journey in life and I have to accept that and cool with it as a caveman and the dinosaur stepped on me? As to this is the 21st century, trying to figure out why there's a dinosaur walking down the street in the first place in the 21st century.
Then we have to go.
You may not see the dinosaur because you got no imagination, but I'm close to it. Patrick, you all act like it's so cool to use the internet just to get bullied and call name and hack and scam and try to figure out why nobody got my YouTube videos over the years and still try to figure out why there's haters in the world as too. What the hell is wrong with everybody in the world? Oh, that's why I think I miss going to school. The, the teachers try to give you imagination. They want you to have an imagination in the classroom. Because there's probably dull, there's probably this, it's humdrum, humdrum, hey humdrum, it's humdrum in the classroom. Because you don't feel the subject. You gotta feel the subject as a student. If you don't feel the subject, then you won't understand the subject. So when you step out of this classroom, it's like I know how to get to my locker. That's Commiso. That's good enough for me. Get to the locker, man. Get the books that you need. And get to back home so you go to great-great-grandma's house for the summer. I had ADD. I could have been dyslexic. I probably am still dyslexic. Dyslexic is a type of speech impediment. So the words is not exactly straightening it out in my speech here. I lost count how many times everybody hit me in the head. I wonder why. I don't know why everybody tried to beat me up on the wrestling man. Then I realized I was on the wrestling team. I guess over time, it's frustrating wrestling Commiso. Because I don't want to get pinned. The coach told me, just don't get pinned, Commiso. I said, that's it? Okay. Done. So I don't get pinned. And if I get back, I don't get paid. Because I said, I don't want to get paid. I said, I want to go get it. I want a Gatorade. I want a hoagie. I want a Slim Jim. I want an ice cream. I want a hamburger. That's how hungry I was on the wrestling team because I always got to make weight every day. If they was just gave me a damn hamburger, a Big Mac, or a big, I could. There was times I could eat the whole pizza myself. I was in shape and working out. I could eat the whole pizza pie for my whole myself, and I probably still can. I wish I had a pizza right now, but we don't have pizza. And this is America. You can't even get pizza at 4 o'clock in the morning in America.
It's not. The teachers,
Well, hey, this is a disabled combat veteran after 9/11 Michael Commiso. Hey, you know what? I I I accept myself as Commiso, and that's the reason why Commiso is Commiso. You know, I really didn't care what people thought of me in classroom. And maybe when I was a teenager, I started to wondering, well, maybe I'm not. Ooh, but I'm on the wrestling team. I'm on a wrestling mat. I don't know if anybody knew that. Even having internet back in the day. But, I just enjoy what comes next. That's what's for me and Caviezel. And an adventure. And I want to go to Venice, Italy, Greece, Amsterdam again. Italy. Did I say Italy? Well, hey, I don't know how much connection you got of Commiso of the connection you have on as the internet of everybody using it. But you gotta give me credit, man. For all this, you all beat me up, and I got jaw locking up. And you all say I'm not tough, but you beat me up, but I still got on back home. That's just so if Commiso can get back up. Anybody in the world could be anything you want. That's a disabled cop Batman. You have to live. Michael Commiso in the battle body, Lord.